Hi Virgo, welcome to your June reading and to my channel. We have here a card, and that's the Strength card. It's a beautiful major arcana which came out for the month of June when I was doing your yearly reading, which I will link here. So you guys, let's see what other cards will you get, because I love the Strength. Because the Strength card means, what means strength? In general, we are all strong when things are going well. But the real strength means doing well when things are not going so well. Or like faced with difficulties, how we deal when we are faced with things that are maybe even different from what we know or different from us. Or how do we integrate parts of ourselves or our environment that are not as we want them to be, but they're there. So how can we use everything that is seemingly not in our favor? How can we turn them all in our favor? That's strength. Strength, it's willpower too, to direct and redirect things and energy. Wow, my friends, interesting here. Well, the Strength card here, underneath the Strength card we get the Ten of Swords, which is, I like the Ten of Swords, because it's first the end of that journey of swords. And swords are mental. So for me, like this Ten of Swords, it always reminds me of an image of ourself that we have created, and it was a mental image, and it's almost like leaving that image behind, killing that image of ourselves in order, to free ourselves from what we thought we were. And in this Ten of Swords, what we thought we were is a position of victimhood, like we see ourselves as the victim of a situation. And the thing is that with this Ten of Swords, that situation, which might have been true, which you might have been hurt, for sure, but the thing is, like with, as I said, with the Strength, like the Strength card above that, it's like, yes, but how is that serving you? How is that narrative about yourself serving you? Like, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that got defeated because those things happened to them? Or do you want to be that person that distanced themselves from that, what happened to them, has the strength to look at it and to say, yeah, it happened to me, but that's like a while ago and now I'm somewhere else. So it's like letting go. Like the Ten of Swords is totally letting go of an image of yourself or of a situation, but I like to think about the image of the self, which is not serving you. Which is not serving you. I mean, this image might serve you to tell a story, but it doesn't serve you to grow. So you need to grow, you need to let something go. It's something that it may have served you in the past, but it's like, bye-bye. So there is this end of story here, there's an end of narration. And it has been a little bit too much in your mind too, so you have to let go of it mentally. And that's why the Strength card here. And I mean, we have here the Eight of Pentacles, and I love the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, it's a beautiful card. But you are an earth sign. You are a Virgo. And if there is any sort of archetype about the Virgo, it's like concentrating on work, doing all the details, being very narrow in the sense like when you do something and you want to do it perfect and you want to have everything around you fitting to that. And the Eight of Pentacles means like that sort of expert in a profession. You know, you are doing something professional, but you are on your own. So I don't know. I feel like there is this change of perspective, you know, change of narration, change of it's like growing and developing a little bit away from this Eight of Pentacles, because the Eight of Pentacles, it's a little bit of an egoistic card. But when this Eight of Pentacles comes for a water sign, it is very good, because water sign need that kind of energy. But when this Eight of Pentacles, which is of a very earthy energy, comes for an earth sign like Virgo, it might be a little bit too much. You know, it's like a little overdoing yourself. And that's what I'm saying here, like even with this image of yourself. Like this is a beautiful image. We know somebody who sees this, like, oh, look at the person. They are so good in their work. They are so careful and they're praised for what they are doing. It's just that this can be a little bit too arrogant too. And this can be as well a little bit too egoistic. You know, being alone and thinking only about money, because Eight of Pentacles, it's money. So it's like, and like, you know, with Eight of Pentacles, one is concentrated only on this pentacle and only what he's doing. It doesn't see what's around. And that's a little bit, when we need to grow, when it's necessary to grow, we need to open up. So there is this strength card here reminding you that you need to include other things in your life, that we are not powerful by our own, but we are powerful and we get strength when we unite or combine ourselves with other elements that are outside of ourselves, that maybe seem scary, that we are not used to. So, you know, we have to challenge ourselves time after time. So it's like a time of challenging yourself and opening up. And with opening up, I mean here too, like with the Wheel of Fortune, because like the Wheel of Fortune is like if this person would put his head up and see, probably he doesn't even know what's around him, because he has been concentrating so much on what is in front of him that he doesn't see beyond. So the Wheel of Fortune is like seeing beyond things. But the Wheel of Fortune too, it's a moment of the unknown. You don't know what's happening with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like a story that needs to be written. And the Wheel of Fortune functions in different way. The Wheel of Fortune is like taking a journey where you don't know what the destination is. It's a change of paths. It's like opening up. It's doing something that you never done before. But basically, it's like a sort of uplifting in the way, upgrading in the way you operate. And it's the inclusion of something new. And it's the getting rid of something old. So that's the strength for this month that you need to sort of do, and maybe get out a little bit of this thinking for yourself mode, like the Eight of Pentacles and even the Ten of Swords. It's thinking for yourself, because this is all about me still card. What happened to me, but what about me, and what about my pain, and what about that story, and look how hurt I am. So it's a little bit too much of me in these cards. While the strength, as I said, is that an integration of something else to you, to your image, to your life, to your story. It's an opening up. And there is the sign of infinity here, which goes very well with the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune always keeps on turning. There is no end to this. So it's almost like you're stepping up into a reality that has no end, in a way. You know, it's this change of perspective, and you are leaving behind something that was a narrow narrative. But let's see some more. So you need some strength to overcome yourself and your narrative. It's beautiful. Interesting how these cards come. I love them. Because the Five of Swords here, it's a little bit for me the same situation that I was saying here a little bit, but it's like the Five of Swords is getting trapped in a scenario, in a situation, in a working condition, in a thinking condition where you already know the game and you are so good at it that you always win every time with your colleagues, or with, like, it's like taking part in a game that you already know, that you have become so good at that you win every time. So whoever comes in it, you are winning. It's just that you yourself are not learning a new game. You are always winning the old game. And that's how you get your self-worth. And that's how you get your power and strength. So you don't grow, but you stay the same just for the sake of winning every time. Or just because you don't want to lose, let's say that. I mean, it's very difficult for a Virgo to lose. So the Ten of Swords, it's almost like accepting that you lost something, you know? That you are maybe not good at something. Let's say, just to put it like that, or at least it's just that fear. Because it sits here in the middle of the reading, you know, just for the idea that you don't want to be bad at something. You prefer to keep doing that game where you win all the time. But that's like very egoistic, you know. That's very egoistic, because it's like thinking all the time about you. And it's good to think about the self, but like there are different dimensions of the self. And there's a higher self, and in that higher self, it's like there is no division. And in the higher self, we don't think anymore, am I losing? Am I winning? Am I good? Am I bad? There is no place for that. Like, you are in a vibration where things just are as they are, and they are good. There is no bad and good. And here we have the Three of Pentacles, which is beautiful because it means it's still money. Money is still the issue. Finances are still the issue. But like the Three of Pentacles, it's a card of collaboration. Instead of like being the Eight of Pentacles and working all by yourself and thinking all about my skills and my results and my winnings. The Three of Pentacles, it's the acceptance that we can't do things alone. We need other people. We have to work for other people. Other people have to pay us. We have to pay them. I don't know. It's like a card of collaboration. It takes three to do these things that they are doing, at least three. So it's like this idea of opening up and even maybe asking for help, or asking for collaboration, or asking for, yeah, some collaboration. It's some inclusion. Like this month, it's about including something in your life. And being humble with that inclusion, being caring and loving, and you know, like this person here loves the lion. That's how he gets to domest and gets the strength. He loves the lion, he accepts the lion. He's not tricking the lion around, he's not fighting the lion, he loves, he takes it in. And that's how this person gets, stronger. And like there is the Wheel of Fortune, and then there is the Fool. And I think we have had the Fool for you. It's like that leap of faith. But like the Fool is the genuine too of the major arcana and of the entire tarot deck. If there is a card of genuinity, it's the Fool. And the Fool, it's a kid, it's a child. It takes everything with that genuinity, that openness, that belief in life, in things, in situations. So, that's the approach needed here in whatever you are doing this month, but especially when including things, when collaborating, when opening up. Be genuine, be a child, do it with the open heart. Do it not as you. Basically, it's like the Fool as well. It's a little bit like he doesn't see himself in a way. He just gave up of the idea of the self. He's just a child of nature, of God, of Sun. And the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords is like just thinking, and the Five of Swords is like thinking too much about me, myself. And then you have like these three cards here, which are like collaboration, being open, childish, approaching things with genuine nature, and then the Wheel of Fortune, not knowing how things will go. Opening up to the universe, to fate, to whatever, doing the work. I'm not saying about that because Three of Pentacles means work in collaboration, but like that strength, it's needed to choose the other path, to choose a path of not control, to choose a path of including people rather than excluding them, and to choose the path of genuinity and openness. And being able to understand and to accept the zero, like a new starting point, to restart in a way things, to be able to restart and not always approach situation from a position of knowing, of being better, of being experienced. Be a starter. And when you are a starter, and when you are young, and when you are a child, it's easy to ask people for help, for collaboration, to not know too. So I will pull another card from this new deck that I got called Intuity and see what, maybe any advice or any hints. This is interesting. This card, it's the card of represent the Emperor in the tarot. And this card means don't lose yourself, keep control, which is a little bit the opposite what I said here. So maybe that's just a reminder, That's just a reminder. You can choose what strength is, Here we have don't lose yourself and keep control, but be alone, because the Emperor is alone. Be on top of the things, but be alone. Or here we have strength, and that's the interesting thing, that the Emperor represents power, and power and strength are two different things. So that's like here a little bit the clue for this month, to understand the difference between power and strength. So you can decide not to lose yourself and keep control, but then you are dealing with power, but then you are controlling everything, and then you are accepting no other reality that rather than yours. Or you are being strong, and then you are letting these things in, and then you are following the other path and the discussion that I made before. Okay, you guys, I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you next month. Bye.